Hello everyone, this is a video about counting things. As the deadline for Haunted House homework is approaching, I did receive some questions about counting, and if you see a connection between this video and the homework that is due, that is great. And also you need to be aware of this kind of thinking that goes into overall it's called accumulating variable, or that could be total variable, that could be counting variable, or any kind of fancier thing. It doesn't really matter what it is. The idea in general is that you update your variable using previous value and the new value. So maybe example number 0 before doing any of this is for number x in a list 3, 4, 2, 1, something on the list. I want to compute a total. So the idea is find a total by running a loop. So for that, I need a total variable or some sort of accumulator variable where the total will be stored, and I need to run through this list and iteratively, that means repeatedly, add the corresponding value to the total. So I'm going to do it in this way: total plus equals x, which means that, let me do a comment, total equals to previous total plus x. And that will be, I'll say previous total plus x. And the previous will be whatever we got on previous run. So this is how you get it, and print current total will be total. All right, let's run this. Oops, I should save it as another file. This is from different video. Save as accumulator variable. So let me run. Current total is 3. So total was 0. The first x value was 3. The total 0 was, we had 3 added to it. So now my total, current total is 3. First iteration done. Second iteration, my x is 4. We add 4 to the current total, which was 3, and now becomes 7. And so on. And if you compare these numbers to the numbers over here, you will see that increments here are exactly the numbers from the list. And the overall total will be the number in the end, 17. Now, what if I just want to count how many numbers were on this list? So do a counter. Counter equals 0. And counter, every time I run a loop, that means I'm going through the next number, I add just 1. So current total is total, and current number, and how do you call this? Counter, current counter, I guess. Counter. And just for clarity, I will print and put some new line in there for clarity. Okay. Right. Oh, oops. Backslash. I'm trying to rush, so it's not ideal. Let's restart this nonsense. Run. total, current total is 3, current counter is 1. So we went through the first number and our total is 3. We went through the second number, our counter increases by 1 yet again, and here it is. And this is a way for you to understand how totals, counters, and I can do a product just as well. Instead of adding, I would be multiplying, and all this stuff for a for loop. Now, very similarly, it works for a while loop. For a while loop, I want to use user input, and I will use 0 as a sentinel as I was doing previously. So my user number originally will be, say, -1, doesn't matter, I have to initialize it. Okay, now while loop, while user number is not 0, I will update my total. First of all, I'm going to ask the user for the user number. User number equals to, let's say it's integer always, input, enter, integer, or 0 to quit. So this is the standard sentinel thing. So my total will be updated by what? Think about it, and pause the video if you have to. I will add user number, of course. And the counter is +1. So current total and current counter will be displayed, and I will go for as long as I need to until I enter 0. Let's run this. Enter integer, 0 to quit, 3. Current total is 3, current counter 1. Okay, and now the integer 4. Current total is 7, that was 3 plus 4, and count counter is 2, and 18. Total 25, current counter is 3, and then 0. And unfortunately, it does still run, so it adds 1 to the counter, and we will be able to fix that rather easily right now. I can just do if user num not equal to 0, check it again, maybe there is a better way to do it, think about it, and I will indent this with the tab. Okay, so now it will work as intended, and in the end I will need to print just total and counter, what happened in the end. So let's do this, just total and counter. So we're actually printing the same variables, but in the end there will be a total, and the overall counter. Okay. Alright, so let's enter. Sorry, but I hit something other than a number apparently. 3, 5, 8, and now I'm entering 0. Total is 16, the same as previously, and current counter is the same as previously, because entering 0 is for quitting, not for adding another number. So that's how it works. Okay, so in the same program, I computed the total and the counter, and in the very same fashion, instead of total and counter, I can enter whatever. In general, it's accumulator variable, which begin at 0 if you are doing a sum, but if it is a product, guess what? You need to start at 1. Think about it. Why do you think that is? And accumulator on every step, accumulator is multiplied by the square of the current user number. So accumulator, sorry, times equal to user number squared. We don't need counter. I'll just say current accumulator. And in the end, just accumulator value. So this little program will compute sum of squares. Oh, sorry, product of squares, whatever it needs to, we can do that. Okay, let me restart the idle for clarity. Run, and enter 3. Current, so this is product of squares. The first square is 9, so this is what we see. 4, 144, 9 times 16, and let us do something nice like 10. Here we go, and finally 0 to quit. And everything works. So